a lot of free content there. So if you guys are not following us yet on YouTube, check us out. For example, on YouTube, we're also on Instagram and a bunch of other things. Just search for Lumi Wealth on YouTube or on Instagram or whatever. Here is basically the link. All right, so let me share this link with you guys. So answer a question here. Send an email to say a little response here. All right, awesome, cool. So we got a question here. Will this be recorded and shared? Yes, it's live right now on YouTube. So check us out on YouTube. This recording will be live on our YouTube. It's live right now, and the recording will stay there afterwards. So if you want to get the recording, make sure you follow us on YouTube, and you'll get that recording. Also, whenever we do any stuff in the future, you'll get access to that first, because we release a lot of free stuff on here. We have a lot of videos. If you go through our YouTube videos, we have quite a few things there. All right. Okay, cool. And are you guys ready to get started? I'm actually very excited about this one. We put a lot of hard work into this, and we have made it significantly easier to run our algorithms. We're getting some really good results on our algorithms lately. I've been making some good money. I'm getting ready to move about $250,000 into some of our algorithms. So yeah, I'm very excited about a lot of stuff that we're working on right now. Cool. Okay, can everyone see my screen? We're all good to go? Everybody ready? Awesome. Very cool. Before we get started, as usual, we're dealing with money here. So here's our disclaimer. Please have a read over. Essentially, make sure you use a financial advisor. Make sure you take a look at what all of our strategies are doing. Make sure it's appropriate for your risk levels. Some of the stuff we're going to be showing you might be back test, might be paper trading, might be live trading. I'm going to try to distinguish those things. But essentially, take a read over the disclaimer. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Let's get started. So here is our agenda for today. First, I'm going to tell you about some of our algorithms. We have quite a few amazing algorithms. They're doing very, very well. As I said, I think I have something like 40 grand, something like that, invested in them right now. I'm getting ready to move about another $250,000 over to invest into these things because they are just doing extremely, extremely well. If they perform the way that they're supposed to and the way that they have been, that $250,000 is going to be a hell of a lot more very, very soon. And I could be on a nice beach somewhere hanging out. So I'm actually very excited for that. And hopefully we could get the same thing going for you guys as well. So cool. I'm just taking a look over all this stuff. There we go. Making sure we're live on Instagram. There we go. Cool. All right. So here's our agenda for today. So first thing, we're going to cover our algorithms. I'm going to tell you about some of the stuff that we have going here. For those of you that are subscribers, you already know about a bunch of these things, but I'm going to kind of rehash them anyways, just in case you want to actually run any of them so you know what's available to you. We're going to cover Alpaca as a broker, although you can use a lot of other brokers to trade these things. We'll discuss that as well when we go through it. We connect to quite a few different brokers. Then we're going to talk about GitHub, how we're going to use GitHub. We have little buttons on there. We make this very, very easy to do now. And then we're going to talk about Render, which is essentially how we're going to run this actual algorithm. So we're going to spend the majority of the day there as well. And then at the end, we're going to talk about next steps. If you guys want to become subscribers, if you're not, I see a lot of people in here that are already subscribers, so you guys are good. But for those of you that are not, if you want it, the actual good algorithms, you need to subscribe, and we'll talk about that. And we'll show you kind of all of our plans and all that kind of thing. Okay. All right. Any questions around what we're going to be covering today? Questions, comments, thoughts? We got a lot of people joining here. We got a nice full house. It's fantastic. I love this. You guys know when a good thing's happening. Awesome. Okay, cool. So before we get started, before we jump into all these things, if you want to see our plans, check it out. Oh, actually, one more thing. I'm going to share these slides with you guys. So let me give you these slides so you guys can follow along if you want to. All right, there are the slides. All right, just in case you want to follow along. Some people are, sometimes it's easier when you have the slides in front of you and you can kind of go through them. All right. Okay, cool. So first off, if you want to see our plans, go to lumiwealth.com. this is where everything is available. We have a lot of stuff on there that'll describe a bunch of things. There's a question here, Unch. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Are we covering Python today or just theory of strategy? Today we're running strategies. By the end of this, you're going to have a working strategy. So you can go through this and you'll actually have a strategy running, working, trading for you. All right. We're not going to be covering any Python programming here today. If you want to cover Python programming, sign up to one of our plans. And we do a lot of education showing you how to do this kind of stuff. Here, we're just going to talk about how to take our algorithms that we already have and run them. A lot of people want to create their own algorithms. That's great. If you want to do that, you could join our group. There's lots of us doing it. But to be honest with you, we spent over 5 years building these things. So we have some really, really kick-ass algorithms for you guys to just use right out of the box. Anna asks, what platform do I need? We will cover that, Anna, when we go through this. Unch says, great, thanks for answering. No problem. Awesome. Okay. So make sure you check out our website, lumiwealth.com. That's where all of our plans are. I'm going to talk more about them at the end of this session as well, going through all the different things available to you so you guys can sign up. If you want to use any of our strategies right now, make sure you sign up before we go through this so that you have access so you can actually run them. Okay. Because if you're not part of one of our plans, we're going to be running a very basic algorithm. It's all it does is just buy TQQQ or UPro. Very simple algorithm. The ones that actually make money and do very, very good are part of our plans. And that's basically what you're paying for is you're paying for education and you're paying for access to our strategies. All right. Okay, cool. So our plans are there on lumiwealth.com. We'll tell you more about the plans at the end. And also make sure you stay around to the end because we have a discount coupon code for you as well that is pretty short in nature. But if you want to save some money, that can save you some good money. So stick around to the end if you want to get this discount coupon code. Syed says, how do you sign up? Go to lumiwealth.com. I sent you the link, lumiwealth.com. I'll send it to you one more time here, Syed. So sign up. We have different plans. We have our starter plan, our pro plan, and our all access plan. I'm going to talk about these in a bit, but basically scroll down until you see the plans. Here are our different plans, right? Depending on what you want to run. The starter plan comes with 4 different algorithms. I'll talk about a couple of them now. The pro plan has all of the algorithms I'm going to describe to you and more. There's actually lots in there. And then the all access plan comes with all the plans, plus we like help you out and do a lot of extra things. We can build algorithms for you and that sort of thing. All right. Cool. So check out lumiwealth.com. If you actually want to run some of the stuff that we're doing today, sign up to one of the plans because then you're actually going to be able to run what we're doing today. You'll be able to actually make some money, hopefully, by the end of it. All right. Okay. Cool. All right. So let's jump into it. So let's cover a couple of our algorithms so you guys get an idea of some of the things that we have. And I'm going to start off with a fun one. This is one that we created last night. And I'm looking at you guys here. Ali, I know you were there for this. A couple other people. We have Philip. I know you're here too. Worth, I knew you're here when we built this thing out. Right. I'm talking about some of the guys that are part of our pro plan or all access plan. And we basically built this algorithm last night. This brand new, hot off the shelves. It is our Congress following bot. We built this thing out in a couple of hours. If you join our classes, you'll see how quickly we can build these things. Every single Tuesday, we're building new algorithms. Here's one that we built. Follows Congress members. Basically, you put in their name and you can follow them. Right. So here's one that follows Nancy Pelosi. This has been a hot topic lately. She's been making some crazy trades. She bought an NVIDIA, made a ton of money off of that. Sold Visa lately, which is a little bit suspect, considering that they're getting sued now by the Department of Justice. Regardless of what you think of her, she is a stellar stock picker. And you can see that here. So here's a bot that follows her. We back tested this from 2019 up until basically today. And this is how she performed. The blue is her strategy following Nancy Pelosi, and yellow is the S&P 500. You can see she smoked the S&P 500, did very well comparatively speaking, and she was making a 22% annual return. And this is only following her stocks. This is not following any of her options trades as well. Right. So this is a fantastic algorithm. We're actually thinking about even improving this one by adding in options trading and that sort of thing too. But 22% a year, I'd say that's a pretty damn good return, if you ask me. All right, so this is a bot, basically just follows Nancy Pelosi. We also tried a few other Congress members. Here's one that I found very interesting. I don't know if you ever heard of a Congress member named Mark Green. I think he's a Republican from Texas, I want to say, or Tennessee. Either way, Mark Green, he has been a very good stock picker, one of the best ones that I've seen, actually. This is in blue, how he performed versus the stock market. You see, a stock market took a dive in 2022. His stock portfolio basically didn't see anything move. His has been a very nice, smooth ride the entire time. What the hell? What does he know that we don't know, right? So Mark Green, he's an investor in a lot of oil companies. We actually looked this up. He's a congressman. So we're like, whoa, well, what does he know about oil companies that we don't know? Is he on any kind of boards for these things? He's not on any boards. I think maybe he just knows a lot of really good people in the industry, but whatever he's doing, he's getting really good returns. All right, so here's Mark Green's portfolio. If you want to run either one of these algorithms, they are available as part of our pro plan. You could follow Nancy Pelosi. You can follow Mark Green. If you get our pro plan, you can actually run these things right now. Like right now, sign up right now, and you can get these things and run them. All right, cool. So those are two interesting ones that we made yesterday. Here's one that I've been invested in for some time. This one, I have my own personal money in this. I think I made something like 42% on this algorithm so far. It's been doing really, really well, which is pretty much exactly in line with our back tests. This is what we call diversified leverage. This is buying a few different leveraged ETFs and diversifying between them and basically rebalancing on a regular basis. It's a pretty simple algorithm, but very, very effective. When we back tested this from 2010, we got a 29% average annual return. Absolutely fantastic. I've been running it, like I said, for the past year and a half or so, and I'm getting pretty much exactly this result, right? So really great algorithm, doing very, very well. Again, if you want to get this algorithm, this one's actually part of our starter plan. So if you sign up to our starter plan, it's a little bit cheaper. You can actually get this algorithm and you can run this algorithm right now with us, right? If you sign up now, you can actually take this, run it, and we'll show you exactly how to run it right now and start making money starting tomorrow as soon as the stock market opens. All right, that's a diversified leverage algorithm. We have another one here. This is our Alpha Picks bot. Alpha Picks, basically, if you guys have never heard of them, they're Seeking Alpha has this product called Alpha Picks. Right, this is a fantastic strategy that they have here. Basically, they give you a new stock pick twice a month. I think now they used to do it once a month. Now they do it twice a month. So essentially, they give you stock picks. They've been performing very, very well over this time period. I think it's like a 2.5 year time period. They did 140% return versus S&P 500, which did 50% over the same time period. So they did almost triple the returns of the stock market. And I could tell you, this is real. I have been actually trading this manually for a while, and check out my stock returns off of this. I was showing this last night. If you guys can see this, I don't know if I need to make this a little bigger. Let me see if I can enlarge this a little bit. If you take a look at some of the picks that they've given me that I have actually been trading manually for a while, they are pretty crazy. One pick that they had a little while ago was something called Modine Manufacturing. I had no idea what that was. I was like, sure, you said to pick it. I picked it. Ever since then, I'm up $96,000 on that one single stock. I put in something like 20 grand and it grew to $115,000. So I made $97,000 on that one single stock pick. Okay. They also recommended investing in Powell. That was a good idea. Sure, why not? I put in 10 grand. That 10 grand is now up to 42,000, which made me $32,000 on that single stock pick. Another one that they recommended very recently, this was maybe a month or two ago, was Sprouts Farmers. This one I put in something like 10 or 20 grand and I'm up already $7,000. So if you look at this, I'm up 97 plus 32 plus 7. What is that all together? Let's say 40, let's say $140,000 I've made off of Seeking Alpha so far, off of the Alpha Picks. So we decided to turn to a bot and automate it, right? Let's do this automatically. So if you're interested in this, we have a bot that copies them. I've recently just put in about $10,000 into it. I'm moving another 100,000 to put into this as well. And we're going to be investing in this whole portfolio, basically invest in everything in Seeking Alpha, in their alpha picks, and only looks at their strong buys because they rate them hold, buy, and strong buy. We have this one that only invests in strong buys, and so far it's been doing very well. Paper trading, and I'm moving about, like I said, I have 10 grand in it. I have about another 100 grand moving into this as well. All right. What is the name of the channel Alpha Picks? If you search for Alpha Picks, it's by Seeking Alpha. I don't know what you mean, channel, Yemi. Not sure what you mean by channel there. Anna asks, how are you able to accurately track their portfolios? Isn't it private? No, Anna, it is not, because the Stocks Act in that Obama passed, basically all Congress members have to show what they are trading. So we can actually see everything that Congress members trade. Check this out, Congress trading. If you go to Capital Trades, for example, you could see everything that has been bought. So, for example, Illumina Inc. was bought by Michael Burgess. He's a Republican in the House in Texas. Darren LaHood just bought some West Suburban Bancorp Inc. A bunch of people bought Treasury bills. Not that exciting, right? Morgan McGavely bought Apple twice, right? He's a Democrat from Kentucky. You can very easily see what each one of these people are doing, and we track them using that Congress tracking strategy, right? Cool. So there's a couple strategies. These are all stock trading strategies I've showed you so far. These are Congress following bots. I personally want to run these two. I want to run the Nancy Pelosi bot, and I want to run the Mark Green bot. I haven't started those yet. We just made them yesterday, so they're brand new. These are very interesting and exciting to me. The diversified leverage bot I've been running for quite some time, and I'm about to move a lot more money into it as well. And the AlphaBix bot, like I said, I'm going to be moving about 100 grand into this very shortly. It's been just doing extremely well so far, and the results that they've had, I've made so much money with these guys. It's crazy. I'm excited. I feel like if I put 100 grand in there, this is going to turn to $1 million real quick. I really like their picks personally. But these are all stock trading bots. They're all available either on the starter plan or the pro plan. If you guys subscribe right now, go to lumiwealth.com, subscribe. You will be able to actually run these right now. I will show you how to run these currently. We'll get them up and running within 20 minutes. All right. So check out our plans. Go to lumiwealth.com, purchase one of our plans, and you can actually get these things running right now. All right. So those are some of our stock strategies. We have a lot more, by the way. We have like 100 different strategies. We have tons and tons and tons of strategies that we've built. A lot of them are performing extremely well. Right. Cool. So I have another question here. And it says, thank you for asking. What is the benefit of using the bot or going there directly and trading the stock picks? So it just automates it for you. If you mean Seeking Alpha, the Alpha picks, I've been doing this manually for a while. It's been making me money. The running with a bot just basically does it for you automatically, right? Why would you go in there, pick everything? I actually was missing a lot of bets, right? Like, for example, SMCI was one of their picks. And I was just busy. I'm like, I don't have time to do this, whatever, SMCI, whatever. And then I look at it, it's up 1,000%. I'm like, what the hell? I should have bought the stupid thing, but I didn't have time to, because, life gets in the way. Like, who has a time to trade stocks constantly? This thing just does it for you automatically. It looks at their picks and just automatically buys it for you, rebalances it for you. If they drop something off the list, it gets rid of it for you. If they add something new, it adds it for you. It's all automatic and very easy, right? Great. Yeah, also removes human emotions. Completely agree with you on that. Set it, forget it. I have these bots running. I just check them every morning. I'm like, oh, I made more money. Fantastic. I don't have to actually do any of this stuff. It makes it really, really easy for me. I don't have to get emotional about it. It's making me money while I'm sleeping, basically, right? Cool. Burjesh asks, do we need a lot of capital to start? Not really. I mean, some of our strategies, you could start with as little as $100. Most of them, about $1,000 or $2,000 would be enough to get started. Our options bots are usually a little bit on the higher end. Our stock bots are a little bit on the lower end. It depends on the bot, right? So anywhere from like $1,000 to $2,000, you should be able to get started, or like $100 to $2,000, you should be able to get started, right? Dave asks, how long is the offer good for, e.g. the starter plan? So we do have a coupon code, and actually I'll give you guys the coupon code right now. I was going to save this until the end. If you guys sign up, we have a coupon code valid until midnight. So if you want to use this coupon code, here it is. Go to lumiwealth.com, pick whatever plan you want to use, starter, pro, or all access. Use this coupon code. You get 25% off the monthly fee. So whatever you see on there, right? If it's a starter plan, usually $100 a month, knock 25% off that. So it's $75 a month. The pro plan is usually $400 a month. Knock 25% off. It's only $300 a month. So yeah, you got a pretty nice discount there. But this is only good until midnight. So if you guys want to buy these bots, sign up to our plans. You could actually get them up and running right now. Right? We'll get that up and running for you right now. All right. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'm going to answer a few more questions here. So technically, we don't have to directly become a member on those bots if we subscribe to yours. These are all our bots. These are all bots that we're running. And we're basically, so the Congress following bot, this is our bot. We created it. You pay us, so you can use this bot for both of these different Congress members or any other Congress member that you want. Actually, you can follow any Congress member, any combination of Congress members that you'd like to do. You could actually follow it with this bot. Diversified leverage, you get that from us as well. You sign up to our plans, you'll get the code, you'll be able to run it. This one, it is behind a paywall. They do charge $400 a year for it. So if you want to get those picks, you do have to pay them as well. All right. It's $400 a year. When I signed up, it was like $100 a year. I feel like I got a steal, but they're actually raising it. I have no problem personally paying $400 a year. Like I said, they've made me like 140 grand to date, so I don't really care. You know what I mean? Okay, great. Some other questions. Anna says, I'd love to collaborate at some point. I'm a developer for trading bots with experience based in Silicon Valley. Please email me. Love the company and excited to try strategies. Anna, I got to admit to you, I'm in the middle of a presentation right now, but if you send me an email to rob@lumiwealth.com or get on our Discord, then I can get back to you about that. All right. So Anna, please send me an email. I'm not going to remember this. There's too much going on right now. But if you send me an email, I'll be able to get back to you. All right. Udge says, what broker do we need to use for your bots? We work with a bunch of different brokers. We work with Alpaca is the one that we're going to be talking about today. Very, very good broker. It has it's basically like Robinhood, but for API trading. So it's basically free trades, very easy to use. You don't have to pay any trading fees. So that's one thing that makes it really, really good. I run a bunch of other bots through Tradier. Same thing. They have this $10 a month plan where you have free trades for options, which is amazing. A lot of our bots, they do like day trading for options. So if you don't have something like that, your trading fees add up really fast. Like think about, 65 cents per option contract is usually what brokers charge. So times that by 40 and then times that by, however many trading days, that adds up really quick. So tradier.com, $10 a month, completely free trading, which is amazing. We're also working on integration with Schwab. We'll be working with Schwab soon. We work with Interactive Brokers. Who else we work with? And then we work with a bunch of crypto brokers as well. Coinbase, Binance, KuCoin, Kraken. So we work with a bunch of different brokers. Okay. But we do have, not every single broker allows API trading. So we do work with the brokers that allow API trading. And we do have recommended ones that, again, based in the US, legit. They're all like, they're certified, all that kind of stuff. We work with the best of the best brokers, and they have these really good things where we don't have trading fees. That's really important for us because we trade very often with bots. So getting rid of trading fees is really important. All right. Great question. Kwame asks, do you have any crypto or futures bots? We do have crypto bots. We don't have any futures bots yet. We do not use NinjaTrader. NinjaTrader is very basic. The stuff that you can do with NinjaTrader is like very low end compared to what we can do. We can do much more complicated, much more sophisticated bots than what NinjaTrader can do. So we tend to stay away from NinjaTrader. They don't have good bots that can do anything sophisticated. We can do much more complicated things than they do. And NinjaTrader, to be quite honest with you, has a lot of scammy brokers on there. So we tend to stay away from that as well. Right. Futures bots, we haven't built them yet, but we're planning on building some futures bots soon. We're making enough money doing what we're doing. We don't need to make futures bots right now. We're making quite a bit of money with the stuff we have already. Manny asked for a Canadian platform, which platform is better? For Canadians, I'm in Canada too, by the way. I'm based in Kleinburg, Vaughan, outside Toronto, if you know where that is. If you want to do this in Canada, you're going to have to use Interactive Brokers. That is the only broker in all of Canada that allows API trading. And trust me, I've looked through all of them. Quest Trade and RBC and CIBC, and none of them allow this kind of stuff. The only one that allows it is Interactive Brokers. So if you want to do that in Canada, you'd use them, interactivebrokers.com. That is the website if you want to do this in Canada. All right. Cool. All right. Lots of questions here, guys. Are your option bots profitable, and what's the average return if one's available with starter plan? Yeah, so let's talk about our options bots. Okay. So here's a couple of them. Here's one that we created pretty recently. This is our options EMA spreads bot. This one trades the SPY. Basically, what this bot does is it buys spreads on the SPY. So it'll buy call spreads here, right? So it'll basically buy a call pretty close to the money, sell another one outside of the money, and do this repeatedly, basically holding them for long periods of time. I think we buy them, they're 45 days out in this specific configuration of it. And then we'll only buy them if the VIX is low, and only buys them like a set amount of days in between. This one, when we back tested, we got some very nice results here. This is 83% annual return per year that we got from it, which is fantastic. I've been running this and we've been actually getting very similar results compared to our back tests. Our back tests are actually quite accurate compared to when we're running these things. And then you notice here that there's actually a big period where it just didn't trade. This is because it was just too volatile. Like the VIX was too high around this point, so we just didn't trade it. So if we were to go and just go from this time period to this time period, when we back tested the time period that it was actually running, it had way higher than 83%. It was actually more like 250% or something like that. So this bot is fantastic. I have some money in this right now as well. There's a newer version of it that we created. This also trades options spreads. Again, buys call spreads on SPY if the VIX is low. And it also looks at EMAs. If the EMA, the long EMA is above the short EMA and the VIX is low enough, then that's when we buy, right? We're also investing in IWM, which is basically the Russell 2000, and GLD to diversify a little bit, right? So this way we're not just all in one asset type, we're in a bunch of them. And when we diversified it, we got an even better result. The returns are a little lower, as you can see here, but the max drawdown is quite a bit lower too. So we're getting very nice returns here, 73% a year with only a 23% max drawdown. Guys, the stock market has 35% drawdown over the past couple of years since COVID. This only added 23% drawdown and 73% a year. This thing is making, was that 6 times the stock market and has a lower drawdown. It's insane. So huge algorithm. I'm actually going to be putting some money into this very shortly. I'm probably going to do it after this actually, because this has been working out very well for us so far. All right, Brajesh has another question. Is it log in once and done, or would you have to activate the bot every morning and it squares off when the market closes? Yeah, so first of all, it squares off when the market closes. It depends on the bot. This one in particular holds over a couple of days and will get out of positions based on stop losses and things like that. This one holds over longer periods. A lot of them hold over longer periods. We have ones that just day trade and don't hold overnight, but we find that a lot of the stuff that holds overnight tends to make more money. But we do have ones that just trade during the day and stop if you're interested in something like that. And then, yeah, you just log in once and it's done. You log in once. I'll show you today basically how we set all this up. We're going to get into that in a second. The technical part of it, how do we run these things? You basically log in, get your API keys, run it, and then you forget about it, right? And I look at them daily because I love looking at these things going up in value. Just every day it's making me money. I love looking at that. But you don't have to look at them. You can set it, forget it, walk away, and that's it, right? That's what it's meant to do. You log in once, you get your API key, you hit run, and that's it. You're done. All right. Okay, cool. So that's our options EMA spreads. Here's another one. This is our Iron Condor trading bot. Basically, if you guys trade options, iron condors are a fantastic way to make money. If you guys don't know options trading, if you don't know about iron condors, where have you been? These things are probably the easiest way that I can think of to make money. And we do a lot of crazy cool algorithms. This stuff is just like a money printing machine. When you look at this graph here, this is our strategy in blue. In yellow is S&P 500. It doesn't even look like the S&P 500 moved at all compared to our algorithm. You see how smooth this line is. It is a very smooth looking line going straight up and to the right, because when you sell iron condors, you're making a little bit of money every day. Basically, it's like an income producing strategy. You sell a condor, you make some money. As long as the market doesn't go too crazy, you keep that money, right? You sell it again the next day. An iron condor is basically this thing here. For those of you that don't know what it is, you guys can read up on it. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but basically you're selling two options here in the middle, and then you're buying two options a little further out to protect yourself from big losses. So basically you make income immediately from selling the options. You protect yourself by buying options on the outsides. So if things go against you, you don't really get screwed. And you're basically just making money every day. It's an income producing strategy, right? That's why the graph is so basically up and to the right. It's a very smooth looking graph because it's just making a little bit of money every single day. As long as nothing crazy happens, you get to keep that money. In this case, if something crazy happens, you lose a bit. It's not too crazy. You see here, the max drawdown was only 31% over this whole time period from 2020 up until about today. The biggest loss that I ever had was 31%, which is less than the stock market lost. And on average, it was making 77% a year, which is an absolutely fantastic thing. This one's been making me some great money as well. Right. I'm about to, I think I'm going to put another like 40, 50 grand into this. Actually, I'm planning to put much more money into this because it's been doing very well. And this is, by the way, our version 12. We have quite a few different versions of iron condor trading bots. So if you guys are interested in options trading iron condors, we have a lot of different ways to automate them. Ones that use martingales, ones that trade different levels of delta, ones that basically have stop losses, take profits, all that kind of stuff automatically built in. You just run it, set it to your broker, and that's it. All right. Cool. We have a lot more bots than this. I could spend all day talking about this. Seriously, we have so many different bots, and they all have really impressive results. If you want to use any of these, check out our website, lumiwealth.com. Scroll down to the plans. I shared with you the coupon code here that is only valid until midnight. So if you want to save yourself 25% off our plans, the recurring fees, and if you want to actually get these installed right now, go to lumiwealth.com, subscribe to one of our plans. Our starter plan has, I'll tell you which ones. It has the diversified leverage, this one right here. It has, we just added this one in, the condor trading bot. People used to pay a lot more money for this thing. We have recently just added this to the starter plan. It's a huge value. This thing has really, really great returns. Again, I'm putting like another 50 grand to this very shortly. Really, really great bot. You get a diversified leverage. You get our iron condor trading bot, and you get another 2 bots as well with that, with the starter plan. And then with our pro plan, you get everything, right? If you want any of our bots, subscribe to that and we'll get you that. All right. Okay, so again, check out lumiwealth.com. Use that coupon code that I sent at checkout to save you 25% off. This coupon code only valid until midnight. And if you subscribe now, we can actually get these bots set up for you right now. All right. Yemi asks, the percentage gain, is that annualized or monthly, trailing gain, or cumulative? The percentage gain, this is the total gain is right here for each one of them. So this one was up 1,300% since January 1st, 2020. And the annual return, this is compounded annual return. It's not just divided by 4, it's with compounding. If you divide by 4, notice the number is actually a lot higher, right? If you took 1,300 divided by 4, you get a much higher number than 77%. It's because of compounding, right? So this is the compounded annual return, otherwise known as CAGR. Right? Okay, awesome, great. So that's a couple of our bots. Like I said, we have a bunch more. Subscribe to our plans. We'll get these set up for you right now. Okay, cool. You guys ready to actually get these set up, to get some of these running? I have a sample bot for those of you that are not subscribed, just so you can see what happens. Doesn't really do anything that special, but you can just see what is going on there. And then for those of you guys that are subscribed, we'll get your bots up and running right now. Cool. All right. So first of all, let's talk about your broker, right? So you need to be with, so Anna asked, how much do we need to start? It depends on the algorithm. Some of our algorithms you can start with as little as $100. Some of them require $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 to start. It depends on the bot. Every bot's a little bit different. Even every configuration of each bot is different. But usually, if you're starting with around $1,000 or $2,000, you should be fine. All right. Okay. So brokers. Okay. Here's one broker that you can use. Okay. I'm going to talk about this broker right now because I really like it for stock trading. It has free stock trades. That's why we use it. They are a great broker. If you want to sign up with them, it is alpaca.markets. That is their URL. It's www.alpaca.markets. Not .com, right? So some people have mistaken that with .com. Again, I really like this broker because they have free stock trading, and they're just really easy to get up and running, right? There's another broker they could use as well. If you're someone that wants to run our options algorithms, I recommend using Tradier. And Tradier, the reason why I really like them is because when you go to their pricing, they have this plan that's $10 a month and you get free options trades. Normally it's 35 cents per trade, but instead for $10 a month, you get $0. Now that makes a huge difference. If you're thinking about what our bots do, they day trade options. A lot of them do. You could be saving yourself literally hundreds of dollars a month in transaction fees. That's why we use Tradier, right? So I'd recommend using one of these brokers, depending on what you want to do. If you're using options, sign up with Tradier. If you're using stocks, sign up with Alpaca. That's what I would recommend, depending on what algorithm you want to run. Okay. So let's say you want to use a stock algorithm, right? I'm going to do Alpaca because it is the simplest broker actually to use. Very easy to get an account up and running. And I'll show you. Basically, you're going to go to alpaca.markets, right? Here, sign up to alpaca.markets. I'm going to open this in an incognito window because I already have a bunch of accounts with them. So I'm just going to do it like this. This thing all screwed up. There you go. So you go to alpaca.markets. You're going to click their sign up for free button. Right, this is us setting up a broker. This is, I don't know why it still thinks I'm logged in. I'm going to log out and then we'll go again, alpaca.markets, sign up for free, click that button. It's going to ask you for your first name, last name, what country, right? They work in a few different countries, the United States being one of them. I think I saw someone from Singapore doing this before. So we have that. Then you want to put in an email address, and I'm going to do that right here. I'm going to get an email address, Alpaca. Actually, let me set this up like this. Alpaca, record, Alpaca. And I'm going to use basically like a fake email. This is Lumi Wealth. I'm going to go plus, some random stuff. Okay. There's a password manager that I use called Keeper. So there we go. We're going to generate a password. And then I'm going to put in the fact that this is Alpaca. Right, there you go. This is me using my password manager. If you guys don't use a password manager, I do recommend using it. It is quite good to protect yourself in terms of cybersecurity. So here I'm creating this account with Alpaca. I put in my first name, my last name, United States for country of tax residence, email and password, and I click sign up. Right, once you do that, they're going to send you an email, which I'm going to open on my phone right now. Verify your Alpaca account. I click on confirm. And there you go, account verified. I got that. Now I'm going to log in. So Alpaca, I'm going to log in with that account I just created. So you go right here, my email, the password that I just used, and please make sure you guys follow along as well. If you're just watching this, make sure you follow along. The reason why we do this live is because we can help you while you're doing this. So please make sure you follow along so that you can actually get the benefit from this. Okay. So you've logged in. All right. That's all good to go. Once you've logged into Alpaca, they do force you to use an authenticator app. It's good. There's a very good security policy. I'm actually glad they do this. It's strange that they don't allow you to use the phone number, which a lot of people do, but that's okay. If you've never heard of using an authenticator app, you're probably going to have to download one on your phone. Basically, search on the App Store, search Authenticator, right? The name here. There's Google Authenticator, there's Microsoft Authenticator. Apple has one built in now too. Like basically every major tech company has one. So pick one, whichever one, doesn't matter, use it. Once you have it on your phone, click here, activate. I'm going to use Keeper because that's where I keep all my stuff. So I'm going to log in here. And basically, you scan this QR code. So I'm going to add a two-factor code. Scan this QR code right here. There we go. I scanned it. And then now it gives me a code. It's just like with your phone. It creates a code for you. Use this code. I go 339893. Boom, activate. And now I'm into this Alpaca account. All right, there we go. I'm going to avoid this. I don't want to do any account type. We're going to avoid this. We're just going to do paper trading, fake money for now. If you do want to create an account, go through individual, go through a whole process. I wouldn't do that right now, though, because that's a whole thing. It's going to take you a good 10, 15 minutes at least to do it. So I'm just going to go to home, top left-hand corner, and here's a fake $100,000 that I can play with, right? Once you're here, scroll down to the bottom. Depending on the size of your screen, you're going to see this in different places. I see it on the right-hand side. If you have a smaller screen, it's going to be right at the very bottom. Either way, look for something that says API keys and click generate new keys. And now we have your key and your secret. Okay. We're going to use these soon. For now, just leave this open. We're going to come back to this. All right. Okay. So we got a question here. So Anthony says, you don't have to stop the presentation now, but can you share the link to the slides again before you end the presentation? No problem. Let me share this with you right now. Whoops, I clicked on cancel that. But escape on the wrong thing. Share. There's a link to the presentation. Here you go. Cool. I'm sure someone else is probably thinking about that too. All right. Thank you for asking, Anthony. All right, cool. So once you've done this, you'll have an account with Alpaca. We now have our API key and secret. These basically think of this as like a password and username and password, right? And that's what we're going to be using later on to connect to this broker and actually make this broker do what we want it to do, right? Those are our API keys, all right? So we got that. We went through, created the account, filled in the form, right? And then we went back to the beginning, and then we got our API key. We generated new keys, and we got our API keys. And we're going to come back to this very shortly. All right, cool. Any questions so far, guys? All right, cool. So far, pretty straightforward, right? We talked about the different algorithms that we have, the different things you can get. We talked about connecting or setting up a broker. This is Alpaca. I'll show you kind of what it looks like with Tradier. It's a longer process to create an account with Tradier. They're not going to approve it for you today. If you wanted to create an account with them, they'll approve it for you tomorrow, right? Usually it takes 24 hours to get it. But here I'm going to log into one of my test accounts that I have with them. Here's Tradier. If you want to do the same thing with Tradier, you're going to go to settings. Then you're going to go to API access. It's right at the bottom here. You have your account number and access token. And this is how you connect to Tradier. And we'll talk about that as well. All right. Okay. So depending on what broker you want to use, you're going to have Alpaca here, API keys, or you're going to get your API keys here from Tradier. Either way, you can connect to one of those brokers, right? And other brokers are going to have a similar kind of thing too. We have a whole guide on this to show you, depending on what broker you want to use, there's different ways to get the API keys and you can connect it. All right. Cool. All right. So if you've been to our past workshops, this all probably seems very familiar to you so far, right? You've seen our algorithms, right? That's why you signed up, right? because you see the cool stuff that we're doing and things that we're building. You've seen us put together an account with Alpaca. That's all basically what we've been doing up until now. Now, starting after this is all brand new stuff. So this is stuff that we worked very hard to actually make this super, super easy to run these algorithms. I'm going to walk you through exactly the process here. All right. Okay, so we're going to start off with GitHub. So first thing we need to do is you're going to need to go to our algorithm library. Okay. For those of you that are subscribers, you have this link already. I'm going to share it again just so you have it handy. For those of you that are not subscribers, you are only going to see one algorithm here. Let me show you what it looks like. You're only going to see one, and it's an example algorithm. You need to subscribe to see the rest of them. Okay. There's lots in here. This is the one free algorithm that we have. All it does is buy TQQQ. It's very straightforward. It's just an example. Okay. If you want our algorithms to actually make money, this is what you would see. Here is a bunch of the ones that we have. We have our Schwab copy bot that's in there. That's a new one that we just added in. We have our Congress following bot that I showed you. We have our diversified leverage bot that I showed you. We have our Condor trading, our Iron Condor trading bot. We have a butterfly trading bot. This one's amazing too, really good results. We have ones that, what else here? We have tons and tons of bots. Our rolling EMA spreads bots. We have our Alpha Picks bot. I showed you that earlier. We have our options straddle bot. We have our spreads martingale bot. We have tons and tons of bots here that you can choose from, and they're all very easy to run. It's literally going to be the same process with any bot that you want to run. Okay. So if you subscribe, we'll give you access to this, and you'll be able to use them depending on your access level. Do you have a starter plan? Do you have a pro plan? If you are not a subscriber, you're only going to see this one single algorithm, and I'm going to walk through that right now to show you how to do that, right? So Samir, you get access to all of them if you're on our pro plan or all access plan. If you're on our starter plan, you get access to 4 algorithms. You get access to our some really good ones. Our Condor trading bot, or Iron Condor trading bot, one that I personally have money in. I'm planning to move a bunch more money into. You get access to our diversified leverage bot and 2 other ones that I'm blanking on right now. But you get access to some really, really powerful bots on the starter plan, but you get access to 4 of them. Okay. On our pro plan, you get access to all of them, including our bots that have some really, really crazy returns. Some of them, again, triple digits type returns with really low drawdowns. So if you're on the pro plan or the all access plan, you're going to get access to this entire list here. All right. On our starter plan, you get access to 4 of them, and 2 of them I showed you today, and they're actually really, really good. Right. Syed, can we move from starter to pro plan in 6 months? Yes, you could do that. If you want to upgrade down the line, you can definitely do that. Yeah. So if you want to start off on a starter, try a few of them, make some money, take that money and put it into the pro plan. Sure, you could do that. All right. That's cool. All right. Awesome. Okay, cool. Any other questions? And again, I sent you guys that coupon code. I'm going to do that one more time just because it gets lost in the shuffle. This is 25% off the recurring fee for any of our plans. So you reduce the $100 a month down to $75. You reduce $400 a month down to $300, and so on and so forth, depending on our plan. All right. Okay, so here's where you access our library. I shared with you that link. We're going to give you one example algorithm for free here. This is that example algorithm, right? Starter plan gets 4 algorithms. Pro and all access plan get all the algorithms. So if you want all of them, they're all available on the pro and all access plan. Okay. Now to run them, what you're going to do, and I'm going to go into here. Let's say you want to run I'm going to run the diversified leverage bot. Let's say that's one that I want to run. Actually, you know what? No, I don't want to run that. I'm just going to run the example bot. I'm going to run something really simple so you guys can so everyone can follow along. Well, let's do it that way, right? So even if you're not a subscriber, you can follow along. We'll do the example strategy, okay? So this is that example algo, stock example algo. All it really does is just buy 2 stocks and that's it. It moves on. It's nothing complicated, right? Very, very simple. Just a little example that this thing actually works and trades, right? It's not something that's meant to make a ton of money. It's really just meant to be like an example that this actually trades. Although it actually does buy some pretty good assets that I personally really like. TQQQ, one of them, makes a huge amount of money. This is the back test on that, 31% a year. It does have a really drastic drawdown, so it's not something that I would personally put a ton of my own money into, but I do own a bit of this. And some of our algorithms, they actually trade this and use this thing, right? This is, again, this is the free one that everyone has access to, so we're just going to use that, all right? Okay, so once you go into this algorithm, so pick the one that you want, right? So for those of you that do have access, pick the algorithm that you want to run, right? I'm going to pick this example algorithm just so that people can follow along. Either way, pick the one that you want. Scroll down to this button here that says deploy to render, okay? What you're going to do is you're going to click on that button, deploy to render. Boom. Okay, actually, I'm going to do this a little further out, okay? So that you guys can kind of see the whole process, right? So example algorithm. So we click deploy to render, okay? When you click deploy to render, it's going to take you to this render login screen, all right? And we're going to go through the slides. I just took screenshots of the whole thing. So here now we're in render, okay? And probably you don't have an account with them, right? So when you click this deploy to render button, you're probably going to have to create an account with them, all right? So what is render, you might be asking? If you guys have ever heard of AWS, or you've heard of Microsoft Azure, or you've heard of Google Cloud, or you've heard of DigitalOcean, this is basically like that. This is what's going to be running your code. Okay, this is the thing that's actually going to be running your code in the cloud. You can run this code if you want to on your computer. If you're sophisticated enough, you can do that. The problem with running stuff on your computer is that what if your power goes out? What if your internet goes out? What if you have a laptop and you want to move it? I don't recommend running algorithms on your computer. It's a little bit too finicky for that. I run all my algorithms in the cloud. So I run them, I can set it, forget it. I don't have to think about stuff. They have to worry about uptime. They're very good at that. And they make it very easy to deploy too, right? You don't have to really do anything complicated to get these things running, all right? So these ones, this render.com is $7 a month. We've gotten that down quite a bit. Previously, we were using something else that was $25 a month. This is $7 a month to run it. So yes, Rajesh, there are fees with this. It's $7 a month. And for that $7, it's going to be hosting the algorithm for you in the cloud. So you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to run it off your computer, none of that kind of stuff. It makes your life very, very easy. You don't have to pay this. If you're sophisticated enough, you could run this on your computer. So you don't have to do this, but I would highly recommend it because it just makes your life easier. They have good uptime. They just take care of it all for you, and it's super simple. All right. Okay. So once you click that deploy to render button, you're going to get sent to this page, sign into render, right? And you will probably have to do the sign up, right? So when you do a sign up, right, fill in your email or create an account with Google or whatever you want to use, right? I have an account with them, so I'm just going to log in. So I'm going to go find my render account. Okay. There's my render account. Oh, whoops. There's my email and my password. Okay, and I'm going to log in. Okay. If you are someone who does not have a render account, which I would think is the majority of you guys, you're going to be going through this process instead. I did this earlier today so that we have some screenshots to show. So click sign up. Once you sign up with whatever thing you want to do, email or GitHub or Google, whatever you want to do, once you sign up, they're going to send you a verification email. You're going to have to go to your email account and verify your email address. So go through that. Then once you verify, they're going to ask you a bunch of questions. None of these questions really matter. This is how I filled it out. What should we call you? I put in my name, and then what's primary use? I said personal. What type of project are you building? I said other. And where's your project hosted? I said starting a new project. It doesn't matter what you fill in here. This is what I filled in. If you want to make your life easier, just copy what I put in. Who cares, right? Once you click continue render, you are going to have to put in your credit card. You're putting your credit card in. Again, it's $7 a month for that. So that is where you're going to fill it in, right? They make it quite easy for you because they use Link, and you can basically put in your credit card. It's quite simple. $7 a month is all you got to pay for this. It's quite a cheap service. Other things like this, like Replit, what we were using before, was $25 a month. This is a hell of a lot cheaper. This is almost 75% cheaper than what we were using before. So it's a much, much better thing to do. It's easier to use and much cheaper than what we were using before, right? So magic here. fill in your payment information, and then we can proceed to the next step. All right. Now, if you are a Lumi Wealth subscriber, okay, and this is only if you're a Lumi Wealth subscriber, you're going to have to do these steps. If you're someone who's just using the example algorithm that we have here, where is that example algorithm? Oh, it's gone now. But that example algorithm that I showed you, that's free to everybody, right? It's just basically just buy something just to give you an example of how it works. You're basically, you could skip these parts. But if you are a subscriber, and that's where the magic really is, like if you're actually using our algorithms that really make money, the ones that are actually really good, you're part of our starter plan, pro plan, or all access plan, you're going to have to connect your GitHub, right? And when you sign up, you're going to have a GitHub account. We'll give you access. We'll put you through all that. And then now you have to give Render access to your GitHub, right? So they can connect, so they can pull this code down and run it, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to click Connect GitHub. You're going to click that button. Then once you click that, it's going to take you to GitHub, and you're going to have to log into GitHub, right? So here you log in, sign in. Then, and you've probably seen this before, there's an OAuth flow for those of you that care what it's called. You log into GitHub, and then it says authorize, right? You want to authorize them. They're going to use your email, and they're going to be able to have access to these strategies that we gave you access to. So you're going to sign in, authorize them. And then on the next step, you're going to pick Lumi Wealth Strategies. That's where you're going to give them access to. Make sure it's all repositories. It's by default already done that. And then click Save. And that's it. And now you have your GitHub linked up. And now you can actually run all of these strategies on Render. All right. Cool. Some questions here. Brajesh asks, can this be done using an LLC, or do we have to create a personal account only? You could definitely use an LLC. A lot of our customers do use LLCs. We have a lot of hedge funds that use our stuff. We have a lot of corporate clients that use our stuff. So yes, you could definitely use an LLC. There's advantages to that, right? There's tax advantages if you're using an LLC. Maybe you're doing that for whatever reason. Depending on what broker you use, there's different things you could do there as well. But an LLC is perfectly fine. Yes. Charles Murphy asks, is it $7 for one application, or do you combine tasks into just one application? It's $7 per algorithm, $7 per month per algorithm. There are ways to combine them. If Charlie, I know you're a subscriber. So if you want to run more than one on one of these things, if that the $7 a month, if that's an issue, you want to discuss that. We can actually figure out ways to run more than one on a single thing. So Charlie, since you're a subscriber, I know that for a fact. If you want to do that, let me know, and we can actually figure out how to run more than one on one on one render instance, right? That is definitely something that's possible, right? But the way it's set up right now, it's $7 a month per algorithm, right? Okay, Syed says, executing the strategy of any of the bot, whom do we ask for queries? So Syed, we do have a place that you can book calls. So you can get a lot of help here. Sorry, this is not the right one. LumiWealth.com/book a call. Right, if you go to LumiWealth.com, book a call, you can get someone on the phone to actually help you out with this one-on-one. So Syed, if you want someone to just like do this with you, right? Just go to this thing here, book a call. It says book a demo, but really we could also do help as well. So if you need help, book a call here and you can go through that. All right. So Syed, if you need help, book a demo or book a call. All right. Brajesh asks, I assume GitHub is free. Yes, GitHub is free. And Charles Murphy says, I can easily combine 55 years software developer. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, if you need some help with that, Charles, let me know. More than happy to help you out with that and show you some guidance. Yeah, basically you just have to run two strategies at once. There's a way of doing it. If you send me a message on Discord, I can help you out with that, because I can probably save you some time so you don't have to look around into it. All right. Cool. Awesome. Any questions around that? So as a recap, click the deploy to render button. Make yourself an account with Render. If you don't have one yet, you have to validate verify your email. Fill in this little form that Render has for some reason. Fill in your payment information. It's going to be $7 a month. If you're a Lumi Wealth subscriber and you want to use one of the algorithms that's restricted, that's not available to everybody else, you're going to have to connect your GitHub. So you have to click that Connect GitHub button, log in your GitHub, authorize them. Make sure you click Lumi Wealth Strategies, this one down here, and then click Save, and you'll get access. All right. Brajesh asks, just curious for someone who is willing to start small, will this cover all fees and be profitable with like a coupon with a couple grands to start? Testimonials. Brajesh, so we do have testimonials. If you go on our website, you can actually go to our testimonials page and go through a bunch of them. We have a bunch of video testimonials. We're going to be doing a bunch more again very shortly, but we do have a whole long list of them. You can watch those testimonials there. Will this cover all the fees and be profitable with like a couple grand? It depends what you're running. This is investing. I can't guarantee anything. We don't offer guarantees. This is investing, things happen. But for the most part, if you throw in a couple grand, I would think so. Yes. I mean, that's, if we do the math, right. And again, I can't guarantee any of these kind of results, but I've been seeing definitely results like that. Like, for example, here is the Condor Martingale version 12. This one, when we back tested it, it makes about 77% a year. This is actually on a downturn, so I think it actually does better than 77% a year. That's definitely when I've been running, it's been doing better. Here's an account that I just started with it. I'm going to show you one account that I just started. So this is where is that? There it is. Okay, here's the Condor Martingale version 12. I started this one on September 5th, so it's been about a month. Not even a month yet. It's up 10% over that month, right? So pretty much in line with what we have here for backtesting, right? Backtesting, we're saying it's about 77% a year, 10% in the past month. That's actually better than 77% a year. It's more like 100% a year if that keeps up, right? And we've been running this paper trading. It's kind of doing the same sort of thing there too, right? So if you were to assume you're going to make 77% a year, again, I think it's higher than that, right? Because this is on a bad timing that we actually got it. If we extended this, I bet you it's actually higher. But let's assume 77% a year, right? 77% a year, you put in, let's say, 5 grand, right? Let's say you put in 5 grand into this algorithm, right? This is what I would expect, right? I actually have about 5 grand in this algorithm, right? This is $5,200 I have in this one. I'm going to put another 50 grand into this, actually. I'm planning on putting a lot more money into this. This is one small account that I started recently. So I put in 5 grand. What I'm expecting to get is on this $5,200, I would expect it to make about 77% a year. So I'd expect it to make me about $4,000 a year. This algorithm with this amount of money. Okay. That's what I'm personally expecting on this. Okay. Again, not guaranteed, whatever, but that's what I'm expecting. That's what our back test shows. That's what our paper trading is showing. That's what our live money is showing. Everything is exactly the same direction. So I would expect this exact account a year from now to be up $4,000. Okay, so $4,000, if you divide that by 12, right, that comes out to about $333 a month in profits. And not to mention it compounds, right, and goes up even faster. This is available on our starter plan for $100 a month. So we're talking about, and actually you have a coupon code that brings it down to $75 a month. So we're talking about minus $75. We're talking about a profit of $260 a month on this algorithm, net of costs paid to us, right? That's what I would expect. Again, this is investing. We can't guarantee anything, but that's what I would be expecting on this specific algorithm, for example, right? Cool. All right, so that's a little spiel there. That's how I would be doing the calculation, right? Next question you have is, any updates to strategies get auto update, or do we have to update? They do auto update. We don't push updates automatically. If you want to do it, there's a button inside a render to update it, but they're all working as intended right now, right? If we do have updates, we usually tell people we've updated these algorithms, click the button, and we can do that, right? Anna asks, how much is advertised for that bot? So the bot that I was just showing you right now, this one here, Iron Condor bot version 12, 77% a year. This bot is part of our starter plan, which is $99 a month, right? So that's, you're asking advise to invest. I'm not an investment advisor. I can't make that decision for you. You got to make that decision yourself. I could tell you I have my money in it. So if that tells you anything, and I'm planning on putting more money into it. I plan on putting another like 10 to 50 grand into this algorithm, in addition to what I have right now. The minimum, I think this will probably work with like a grand or two. So if you want to put $1,000 in, it'll probably work. I haven't tried it with an account that small yet. I started this with a $4,000 account, and that worked just fine. And this is trading 7, so we can go 7 times smaller. So yeah, if you start with about $1,000, it should work just fine. Even a little less. 5,200 divided by 7. 5,200 divided by 7. You could probably start with about $800. I think that should work just fine. All right. Cool. And again, that's part of our starter plan. It's $100 a month for that. And I gave you the coupon code that brings that down to $75 a month. All right. Cool. Alberto D asks, how are you allowed to only trade that strategy with 1K and the required level of options approval and margin needed to trade this? I mean, you don't need any kind of, you definitely need margin, right? You need level 3 options for this, but you don't need to have a ton of money to get a margin account. You could put in $10 and get a margin account with Tradier. So there's no issues there. So yeah, another question here is, does Alpaca have a minimum deposit amount? No, it doesn't. You could deposit $10 in Alpaca if you wanted to. You could deposit $1 in if you want to. I wouldn't really do much with it, but you could. There's no minimums. Same thing with Tradier, no minimums. You just have to make sure you get that level 3 options trading authorization, which is not based off of it's not based off of how much money you have in it. Cool. Avinash says cash account. Depending on, some of our algorithms use cash accounts. If you want to trade iron condors, you need a margin account. So Burjesh says, do we need a margin account or cash account? It depends on what algorithm, right? If you're trading our stock algorithms, a cash account is fine. If you're trading our option algorithms, usually you need a margin account because a lot of them are selling options as well, right? So you'll either need level 2 or level 3, right? And you say, I don't want a margin call if the bot over trades. I've never seen that happen before. I've never seen a margin call happen. They're just not designed that way. Doesn't mean it won't ever happen, but I don't think it will happen, and I've never seen it happen. So I've never had a margin call with any of the bots that we run. It's not doing that kind of trading. It's all this stuff that we trade. They have like protections. It's not like, for example, the condors. You're not going to get a margin call with a condor because you have options that are protecting you, right? You're not just trading naked options. So you're not doing anything crazy like that. Yeah, we're not naked selling. Exactly. We're not selling naked calls. That's crazy. We don't do that kind of stuff. Maybe some other people do that. I would rather not blow up my account personally. So we don't do naked calls or anything like that. Right. Cool. All right. Awesome. Okay. Thank you. No problem. Yeah, Manny says, I already have an Interactive Brokers account. Can you use it? Yes, you can. We do work with Interactive Brokers. So that is definitely a possibility. And we actually are working on a brand new integration with them, which is going to be really nice and slick. And that should be ready, I think, by the end of the week. So if you want to use Interactive Brokers, you can absolutely do that. And we can get you all set up with that. All right. That is definitely a possibility. Interactive Brokers is great. I would recommend, though, to you, if you're going to do trading options, I'd recommend using Tradier, because they do have that plan, $10 a month, free options trades. You'll save yourself a bunch of money if you're with Tradier. You don't have to, just a suggestion, right? We also have some coupon codes with them, and actually I'm doing a podcast with them as well, with Tradier. But Interactive Brokers, if you want to use that is definitely possible. So Dave asks, which plan uses some crypto trading options? We have a couple crypto algorithms. I think we have one in our starter plan and a couple other ones in our pro plan, where I'm actually really interested in making crypto algorithms right now. We yesterday, when we had our Tuesday night calls, which we do every week. If you're part of our pro plan, you get to be part of our Tuesday night call, which is awesome. We're building new algorithms every week. We were actually talking about building crypto algorithms last night. We had some really interesting bots, like a sniper bot, which is like apparently makes a ton of money, like a copy bot where you can find wallets that are doing really good trading and copy them, trading, small cap stocks and basically waiting for them to pop. There's a bunch of really interesting crypto bots that we're going to be building soon as well. So keep an eye out for that. Cool. Yemi says, nice stuff, Robert. As always, I'll connect with you later this week. It sounds fantastic, Yemi. Awesome. Okay, cool. Lots of great questions, guys. All right, so let's keep this ball rolling. All right, so if you guys have gone through, going back to this, you're in render. We have connected GitHub, and once you've connected GitHub, now we're on to the next thing. All right, so let's run this algorithm right now. Once you click on that deploy to render, once you've already created an account, linked to GitHub, you'll see this. Here is the main part of deploying to render once you already have your account. This is how I deploy new algorithms. It's super fast. You give your blueprint a name. It really doesn't matter what the name is. I'll usually put the name of the algo. Call this number 2 because I already used that. Go down to the bottom here. It tells you how much it's going to cost, $7 a month. Fantastic. Click deploy blueprint. And then while this thing is going, and this is the key part, this is the part that I think a lot of you guys are going to miss. So do not miss this. I'm going to repeat this a few times. Right here, it says create background worker. And there's this little thing you got to click on right here, right? This says stock example, algo, da-da-da, okay? Here it is on the slides up at the top, creating background worker. There is an arrow pointing here. You click on that, okay? Click on this thing right here, okay? Because this is the algo that's actually running, and we need to modify it. Specifically, we need to tell it what it's trading with, right? So we need to fill in our environment variables, what we need to do. So once you're on this page, I'm going to repeat this a few times because I know people are going to miss this. This little thing right here where it says create background worker, starter, click on the name of that algorithm. It's purple. It's a link. It's one of the few things that you click on this page. Click on it right there, okay? Click on that. Once you click on that, you see an entirely new screen, okay? It's completely different, right? When you're in here, go to environment on the left-hand side, and now these are all the environment variables that we need to fill in. This is what's actually going to make our bot functional, okay? We need to tell it what are you trading, what configuration do you want to trade, and with what broker, okay? So I clicked on that last thing. I'm going to do this again, right? Where you see this thing is running. You click on this create background worker, the name of it right there. Click on that. It's going to take you to a next screen where you see all this stuff. Click on environment, okay? And then when you're in environment variables, you're going to click edit down here, okay? And now we're going to edit these. So notice these are all blank when I click on them, right? The ones that are blank, there's only 3 of them that we need to fill in. Literally all you're doing is just filling in blanks. Pretty much this entire process of running a bot is just creating accounts and filling in these 3 blanks, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to my Alpaca account. Remember when we create these API keys? I'm going to grab this key right here. I'm going to fill in Alpaca API key value. There's my key. Then I'm going to copy the secret, double click it, copy, put it into where Alpaca API secret is. Boom. There's my key, right? Alpaca API key and the key, Alpaca API secret and the secret. Again, back in Alpaca, you see API keys, key, right? And secret. We copy those over into here. Okay. And copy those over. And then the last thing that we need to do is we need to put in a config, right? That's our live config. What config do we want to use? In this case, we're going to go with this example algo. And under SRC, there's 2 different configs that you can use. Maybe we should make this a little bit more clear. But here there's TQQQ Spy. There's TQQQ U Pro. Let's do the U Pro one. Why not? You're going to fill in into here TQQQ U Pro. All right. If you're using that example algo. If you're using any of our other algorithms, you're going to have different configurations. You might have different brokers that you want to link with, right? We have an entire thing that describes how to do this. If you go to our algorithms now, we have an entire page. I spent a couple hours building this thing out for you guys to make it easy. Our deployment guide right here will show you how to connect This is render, shows you how to do render, go through the whole thing there. If you want to do Replit, it shows you how you use Replit. That's the one that we were using up until now. And then it shows you here for each different broker. For Tradier, you want to have these things filled in, right? These are your environment variables. If you want to connect Alpaca, you're going to fill in these. If you want to connect to Coinbase, you fill in these. Kraken, you fill in these. Interactive brokers, you use these, and this is going to be changing soon. And then there's general environment variables I could use, like live config. Depending on the algorithm, will have different configurations, right? So for example, that one that's showing you of Iron Condor, that is called SPY_12, right? And that's what you'd fill in there, right? So depending on the algorithm, everyone has a different configuration, right? So in this case, I'm using TQQQ_UPRO because that's the configuration I want to use. Basically, it's just going to buy TQQQ and UPRO half and half, buy it and hold it. That's it. That's all this algorithm does. It's really simple. It's just an example algorithm so you guys can see it working, right? If you're using any of our other algorithms, it's going to have a lot of different configurations they could choose from, depending on what you want to do, your risk tolerance, what your viewpoint on the world is, what you care about, all that kind of stuff. For example, if you're doing our Congress trading bot or Congress following bot, you type in Nancy Pelosi here, right? And it would follow Nancy Pelosi, right? Or if you want to follow Mark Green, you type in Mark Green here, and it will follow him, right? It's a different configuration for each bot, okay? All right, so I'm going to leave this open so you guys can see how I filled it in, so you guys can copy it. In the meantime, I'm going to read off a question here. So Brajesh asks, can I see what strategies are available before I buy in the starter plan? Sorry, I dialed on my phone. Yes, you can see what strategies are available. Go to lumiwealth.com. If you go into lumiwealth.com, I believe we do show you where these are. If we don't, then we should make our website a little bit more clear. Let's go here. So you go to lumiwealth.com. You'll scroll down to the plans here. There's 4 algorithms. Do we describe anywhere what 4 algorithms? We do not have it on that page. And that's interesting. I am going to write to one of our employees right now to get it on that page. So we should have that by tomorrow. Because that is a very good question, and we really should have that. That should be way more clear. And important. Okay, so we're going to get all that up on our website soon. Thank you for bringing that up, Rajesh. But let me just tell you what you get in the starter plan. You're going to get the diversified leverage algorithm. I'm a big fan of this. I have a bunch of money in this already. It's been doing quite well for me. You're going to get the Iron Condor trading bot. This is one of my favorites right now. Some of the things of this, there's one version of this that makes like 1,000% a year. It's crazy. I think it's one of these here that's basically just kicked into action recently. It's up like 8%, 6%, or 5% in the past week. And I think it's going to go up a lot more because this one's super cautious. It only trades when the VIX is very low, but holy crap, it has some really high returns. So you're going to get access to that. And there's a bunch of versions that come with it, the Iron Condor trading bot. Then you're also going to get let me pull this up here. As part of the starter plan, you're also going to get here, starter plan, repositories. You're going to get a crypto B-Bands trading bot as well, which trades cryptocurrencies using Bollinger Bands, right? It's I can show you the breakdown of that if you want. You're going to get the crypto double EMA trending strategy. You're going to get the diversified leverage bot, which I just showed you. You're going to get the Condor Martingale bot, and you're going to get the top ETF picker as well. Right, so you're going to get all those bots as part of the starter plan. Right, and Brajesh, if you have any questions too, you can also book a call with someone as well. I shared that link earlier. If you book a call, you can have someone basically walk you through a bunch of different stuff here. So you'll have like a one-on-one. You can go back and forth. You can demo a bunch of stuff for you, show you all the things. So if you haven't done so already, make sure that you book a call, because we can have someone walk you through all these things, right? Cool. Vivek says more Algo bot page. Not sure what you mean by that, Vivek. Alberto says, what do the returns look like for those? Do you mean these ones here? So this one is a crypto B bands bot. This is the back test down here. Historically, 73% a year on this bot. Crypto double EMA trending. This one, historically 68% a year for this one. So I was speaking with one of my employees right now, because I want to. You guys are right. This should be way up on our website. This should be like prominent on our website, showing this is what you're getting. Because I was thinking about that now. We don't actually have that. So you're gonna get those. You're gonna get the diversified leverage one. This is one that I really like. Right, diversified leverage. I have a bunch of money in this one. You're gonna get the Condor Martingale one, and you're gonna get the stock top ETF picker one. So there you go. So here's the Condor one. This is another version of the Condor that did 144%. This is version, I don't know which version this is, but there's a bunch of different configurations you could use of the Iron Condor bot, and like this is my favorite. I love this thing. It's been making me good money so far, and I want to throw a lot more money into it. All right, and then here's our top ETF picker. This one did about 24% a year historically. Right, so you're going to get all those bots with the starter plan. All right. Cool. So question, Syed asked, is there anyone from Lumi overseeing the trading strategy and trade positions of individual bots? We do not look at your individual bots. That's not something that we do. We give you the code. We make sure that the code's up and running and we're all good there. But we do have a big support staff. So if you need some help, we can get on a call and walk through anything they need help with. All right. So we'll definitely do that. We're also working on a brand new website that will actually be able to do that. They'll be able to track all of your algorithms. You'll be able to link it up to our website. You'll see all of your algorithms on our website. You can see how each one we're doing. You'll see how other people's bots are working. You'll see how our bots are working. We're going to make it very transparent so that everyone can kind of see that stuff if you want to, right? You don't have to share your account, but if you want to, you can share your account. Other people can see it. And if there's anything happening, we could obviously help you out. All right. It's a good question, Syed. Okay, cool. So where we left off, we filled in our environment variables. We edited them. Once you have edited your environment variables, click Save Only. Once you've saved them, then you need to go up to Manual Deploy, this button right up here. Click Manual Deploy and click Deploy Latest Commit. Click on that. And then once you've done that, that's pretty much it. Your bot should be working. Right, you're going to wait until this thing turns. So this is right now saying building. You're going to wait until that says live. It's going to turn green and say live. And when that's done, you're going to be able to go into your broker and you'll see some trades, hopefully. Or if it's a bot that trades only during the daytime, then you'll see your trades tomorrow, right? Because it depends on what bot you're running, right? And obviously the stock market is closed right now. Okay, so again, click Save Now or Save Only. Then you click on Manual Deploy, Deploy Latest Commit, so that you rerun it, because basically you save these new environment variables, and then you click Deploy Latest Commit, so it redeploys, so it restarts itself, right? And then you wait until this thing turns live, and then once it's done, you're going to see your trades, right? Or if it's a bot that trades tomorrow, you'll see your trades tomorrow, right? Cool. Got some more questions here. Brajesh asks, when I start on a day, that's day one for billing. No, that's day one for billing. It's not prorated. We bill you the same day every month, right? So it's not like the start of the month. We bill you on the same day every month, right? Cool. All right. So quick recap for render. Click the deploy on render button. Sign up for render if you need to. Fill in the little form, put in your payment information. If you're running a bot that needs to be connected to GitHub, then connect your GitHub, log in, give it access, again, save, give it access. Then you're going to put in whatever name you want for your blueprint. You're going to click deploy. You're going to go to, you're going to click on that name of the actual bot where it says creating background worker, click on the name, then click on environment, edit it, and then fill in your environment variables, kind of like this, right? And then you're going to save that, right? Then you're going to click manual deploy, deploy latest commit, and then it's going to start up again, and you'll see it here, basically go and deploy until it says live. Once it says live, then you're going to see hopefully some trades, or you'll see some trades tomorrow, depending on what bot you ran. Okay. Cool. Awesome. So that's pretty much it for running a bot. Some more questions here. Syed says, so like anywhere else, your annual returns will only be depending on your entry levels into a trade. Yeah, that's why we make sure that we buy good things when we buy them, Syed. Yeah, so we make sure that a lot of these things, there's specific timings for them. We're looking for specific levels. Like, yeah, so definitely, I agree. It definitely depends on when you buy, right? When you buy and when you sell, they both matter, right? So all our bots are kind of or configured to do that in whatever way they're supposed to. Another question here. So I will go home and sign up, but would need documentation to configure as I took the call in a store on a phone. Yeah, no problem with Josh. Book a call. Use that link that I sent to book a call. You can get on the phone with someone that will actually walk you through and help you set this up one-on-one if you need help with that. All right. So yeah, so don't worry about that, Brajesh. We'll help you with that. We'll get on the phone with you. We'll make sure that you get your bot up and running. So don't worry if you don't remember the stuff that we went through today. Yeah, no problem. All right, have a good night, Brajesh. Manny says, I would like to book a demo, and do I buy today or after demo? Well, Manny, that coupon code is only valid until midnight. So I gave you that coupon code. If you want to save 25% off of the where is it? If you want to save 25% off of that monthly fee, use this coupon code. This is only available until midnight tonight, which is in 2.5 hours, right? So if you want to save, sign up tonight, and then you could book the demo, and then we'll get you all set up on that demo call, right? Anne asks, what are stop loss parameters? Is it customizable? Yes, they are customizable. Every algorithm has different parameters. The Iron Condor one, we're going to be basing it off of where your cells are. The different configurations will have different percentages. So we have stop losses. It's all configurable, and you could set it to basically whatever you want it to be, or use one of our pre-made configurations. But every bot's a little different, so it's hard to say across the board what's our stop loss. Every strategy is different, right? Some of them you want very tight stop losses. Some of them you don't want any at all, right? So it depends, right? Side says, is Lumi recommending, I don't know what that is, ending entry levels or go exit levels, stop loss, take profit for recommending entry levels. Yeah, these bots run on their own side. It just runs on its own. It's going to automatically pick the entries based on all of our research and what the bot is supposed to do. It's going to find an entry. A lot of times it's looking at like levels of the VIX. It's looking at EMAs. Are there EMAs crossing? We're looking at times of day. Like there's all these different reasons to enter in. Depends on the bot, depends on the configuration. They're all going to have different reasons to get in depending on the bot. And they're all going to have different reasons to get out. They're going to have different stop loss levels. They're going to have different take profit levels. Each one of these things operates differently. So I can't say a blanket statement. It depends on each individual bot. They all have their own things. Because some bots, like you shouldn't have a stop loss at all. Like it hurts you sometimes, right? Some bots you need a stop loss, right? If you don't, you're going to blow up your account, right? So it depends on the bot, right? Every bot is different. Every bot has different entries, different times it's going to enter, different lengths it's going to hold it for, different assets it's buying. They're all different types of bots, right? So, for example, this Iron Condor bot, Iron Condor trader, this one gets in at 3:45 p.m. every day, holds it for exactly 1 day, waits for it to expire. If things move against you, there's a stop loss set up on it. I think the stop loss on this is set to 100%. So if we hit the sells, that's when it actually gets out. That's the stop loss. And I don't think this one has a take profit, right? For example, right? But every bot's different, right? The Seeking Alpha bot, this one doesn't have any stop losses. It just rebalances based on what they tell us. They tell us to buy something, we buy it, right? If they get rid of it off their list, then we sell it, right? It's not stop loss. It's just, we're just listening to what they're telling us to do. Congress trading bots, same thing. There's no stop losses on it. We're just copying them, right? So when they say to sell, we sell, or when they sell, we sell, copy them. When they buy, we buy, right? So it depends on the bot. Every bot's different, right? Okay, cool. So I'm going to check up on this bot. You can see mine is successful. I looked at it. It says live. And then in my Alpaca account, I have 2 trades ready to go, and they're accepted. And as soon as the market opens tomorrow, these things are going to trade, and we're going to own some UPRO and some TQQQ. All right. Cool. All right. So some next steps. We've already talked a lot about this, but let's go over a few next steps. If you want to do any of this stuff, make sure you use our strategy library. If you're a subscriber to our starter, pro, or all access plans, you're going to get access to this library. Here's the link. If you're a subscriber, just go in there and you can, now we have those deploy to render buttons. If there's an algorithm that you like that doesn't have that button yet, let me know. We'll add it. We're slowly adding them to all of it. And then we've added it to like 5 different bots now, or 6 different bots now. But we're slowly going to add it just to all of them. They're all going to have deploy to render because that's the easy way to do it now. As you saw, this is quite simple. So, like once you have a render account and an Alpaca account, it's like 3 button clicks. You know what I mean? It's like super simple. All right, cool. So that's the strategy library. If you want to sign up to our pro plan, it is $99 a month. But we do have that coupon code for you, so I can bring it down to $75 a month if you use that coupon code by midnight. It is plus a $200 sign-up fee. What you get with the starter plan, you get more than just algorithms. You get a bunch more stuff. You get access to this workshop, the recording, and a bunch of our other workshop recordings. You're going to get our trading signals where you can basically track our algorithms. You can see how they're doing. You can see how my algorithms are doing, all the stuff that I actually have real money in. You could track all that. You get access to our algorithmic trading course. So if you want to learn how to build trading bots, there's a whole course for you to teach you how to do that. We have a Python for finance course that'll teach you how to use Python in the context of financial applications. We also give you access to our strategy library. This is, again, 4 or 5 strategies actually that you get access to. And it is $200 sign-up fee and then $99 a month afterwards, right? And there's the link to the starter plan. Here's that starter plan link if you guys want it to be handy. If you want to go the extra mile, and really what most of our customers actually do, is our pro plan. This gives you everything from our starter plan. You also get access to our Tuesday night sessions, which is friggin' awesome. If you have an algorithm that you want to have built, bring it to our Tuesday night class and we can build it live during that class. We're constantly innovating. We're always innovating, creating new algorithms, improving our existing algorithms. Ask some of the guys here that are in the list. I'm seeing a couple people that show up every week. We're building some crazy cool stuff, right? This is awesome to be part of this Tuesday night class, right? You also get access to the recordings of that. You get all the code, all of the code that we build there, right? And then you also get access to our strategy library with all of our algorithms, which includes options algorithms, crypto algorithms, and stock algorithms. We're going to be building futures and Forex bots sometime soon. But right now we have options, crypto, and stock bots all in there and have some really crazy returns, right? Again, 1-click run. You click on it, deploy to render. We're good to go. Okay. This one is $1,000 sign-up fee, $9.99 sign-up fee, and then $3.99 a month afterwards, which with that coupon code, that comes down to $2.99 a month if you sign up right now. It's a lot cheaper. All right. Then we have our all access plan. This is for those of you that really want some extra help with this stuff. We can actually help you build algorithms. You get everything from our starter and pro plan. You get access to all of our courses, our algo trading course, our options trading course, our AI for trading course. You get lots of education material. You get a lot of one-on-one support. We can help you edit, modify algorithms if you want to do that. We can help you build algorithms customized if you want to do that. You get a lot of stuff with this plan. You also get private coaching every Thursday to help you out on this all access plan. All right. This one is $7.99 a month. Again, you get 25% off. So that comes down to, so instead of $800, it's, what is that, $600? So a lot cheaper, right? And it's a $1,500 sign up fee. All right. If you want to get that, I'm going to share these links. This is Pro Plan. I'm going to share that link with you. And then there's also the all access plan. If you guys want our best algorithms, go with the pro plan or the all access plan. These are the ones that have everything in them. So if you want access to our entire library, sign up to either the pro or the all access plan. You're going to get everything, right? And as I mentioned before, here's a 25% off coupon that's valid until midnight, which is basically 2 hours from now. So if you sign up within the next 2 hours, use this coupon code. You're going to save yourself 25% every single month. All right. Cool. Any questions? You guys have been asking lots of questions throughout, which is fantastic. But here's another opportunity if you have any specific questions. Syed says, if we're only copying their bot trades, then we don't need to learn Python language. You definitely do not need to learn anything about Python. You do not. Some people want to. Some people want to build their own bots. They have their own ideas. By all means, you can do that. We can teach you how to do that. We have some classes on that, but you don't need to learn it, right? It's really quite simple. The hardest thing you're going to do is what we did today. That's the hardest, right? You just go through that. But to be honest with you, you sign up. We're just going to get you on a call, and we'll just do it for you if you're having trouble, right? So the hardest thing that you're going to do is what we did today, right? You're not going to have to write any Python code. You're not going to have to do anything like that. If you want to sign up to our Tuesday sessions, you can actually have input into building our new algorithms because we're constantly building new ones every week. So you can be a part of that. But you don't need to know how to code. That's just not something that's required. We have stuff for you. You can just use it. All right. Cool. Any other questions, guys? You guys have been asking some great questions throughout. All right. So again, recording of this is going to be on YouTube. Right. And actually, hold on. Let me. So there was actually a question on Facebook that I saw. To answer that question, can we pledge these stocks to leverage margins for options? Yeah, you can, depending on your broker. You know, like you can actually do that with those algorithms. So Sebastian, if you're still watching, yes, you can do that. Right. Cool. Okay. We have a bunch of people. Again, if you guys want the recording of this, if you're on our mailing list, we'll send you the recording to on our mailing list. If you're not on our mailing list, where have you been? Just go to lumiwealth.com. Not WIP admin, lumiwealth.com. There's a little form they can fill out. You get added to our mailing list. We'll send you a bunch of stuff. If you're on our YouTube channel, this recording is going to be available on YouTube right after this is done. Right now it's live. Once live finishes, it turns into a recording, right? So if you're on our YouTube, you want the link to YouTube, here's our YouTube link, Syed. Here is that YouTube link, right? Let's go to lumiwealth.com, and here's basically, you know, the workshop, right? So I'm going to click on that. There you go. Right. So we have the workshop here, right? As soon as this is done, this is going to turn into a recording, right? Right now it's live. It'll be a recording very shortly afterwards. All right. Along with these other ones, you can actually watch a bunch of our other videos. We have lots and lots of videos on here, right? Dave says, the best thing is I can start this whenever I am ready. Sounds good, Dave. Whenever you're ready. Like I said, we have a coupon code. If you sign up by midnight, you get that discount code. Notice we keep increasing the price of our plans because we get a lot of people very interested in this stuff. So we're probably going to increase our prices. So if you do want to sign up later, keep that in mind. This will probably be more expensive soon. The more of a track record that we get, the more we charge. Our competitors, for reference, the competitors that we're looking to compete against, they charge $15,000 or $20,000 to sign up, and then another like $200-300 a month, right? That's probably where our prices are going to be within the next year. That's what I'm aiming for. Okay. So right now we're actually doing it for very cheap. It's only $1,000. The reason why is because we don't have a huge track record yet. But as our track record gets better, people see this is stuff that works. This is stuff that makes money. The more we have that, the more people are coming in, and the more we're going to be charging. So just keep that in mind. All right. Syed says, great platform. Love it. Thanks, Syed. Appreciate it. Awesome. Dave says it won't be that long. Yeah, no problem, Dave. Sounds good. Whatever works for you. All right. Cool. Awesome, guys. So this has been fun. It's been fun hanging out with you guys. Hopefully you guys got a lot of value out of it. Hopefully you were able to actually launch some algorithms through this. I know you guys had a lot of questions. Hopefully you got your questions answered. For those of you, Phil, Gil, Ali just left, Worth that was here earlier, Marcus, all Charles, all you guys that are subscribers. Hopefully you guys were able to actually launch some algorithms, or you have a good idea of how to do it. It's quite easy now. You hit that deploy to render button, you fill in your environment variables, and that's it, right? So hopefully you can see how easy that is, and hopefully you guys can get these algorithms up and running for yourselves, right? Okay, cool. Well, it's been a pleasure, guys. Have a good night. Thank you very much. And I will see you guys hopefully in one of our next sessions that comes up, and hopefully see you guys running some algorithms and making some money. All right. Okay. Have a good night, guys. Bye. It's been a pleasure.